All right, family. So I just want to have a genuine, authentic conversation, get that off my perspective, thoughts, and insight. Get this video a big thumbs up if you got some value from it. And let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments. So I want to add some context and recap everything that's going on before it leads up to my point of what I'm about to speak on in regards of this Washington Mystics owner, Sheila Jackson, disrespecting Caitlin Clark. So let's take it back a little bit. Basically, Caitlin Clark was interviewed as being selected as the athlete of the year in regards of Times Magazine. Caitlin Clark basically decided to give an alley-oop to black players and saying they should be highlighted more in the WNBA. Basically was built on the backs of black players, right? But the league loses money every single year until this day. It hasn't been profitable for the last 25 years and has been subsidized by the NBA, the men's league, and given thanks to the people who benefited from it, advocated for it, and was created for women. So basically the NBA, Adam Silver and all those, the LeBron, Herb Simon, the owner of the Indiana Pacers, who is the owner of the Indiana Fever, the team that Caitlin Clark is on. Basically, they have been the lifelines in regards of funding this women's league that the women advocated for and has been created for women, and they benefit from it solely because the NBA continues to fund this league that cannot profit on its own. Now, they want to be acknowledged and they feel like they deserve some kind of praise because Caitlin Clark is now being celebrated as a marketing tool. And it's been evident that she can revolutionize the game. I mean, she already changed the trajectory of the game by letting charter flights take place. And that's how much value. And that's not even just the cap on how much value. She brings so much value to the game to the point that she brings so much visibility to other players that individuals may have not known or individuals wouldn't have known because of Caitlin Clark. If there wasn't no Caitlin Clark, this league would still be dying and no one would be talking about it, just like we talking about it because of Caitlin Clark. So I rest my case and I digress on that point. But the point I'm trying to make is Caitlin Clark is now being celebrated as a marketing tool. She can revolutionize the game to hopefully turn the WNBA profitable on its own, despite her getting her back kicked in from individuals like, for example, Cheryl Swoops, who said, oh, she welcome to the big league. She not a star in high school no more. They say she couldn't break records. She broke Cheryl Swoops records, the most assists, the most points as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So Caitlin says, and this is what she said in an interview of Times Magazine, as she was being awarded Athlete of the Year. She says she want to say she earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of the players in the league that have been really good have been black players. That's what she going to say. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, and talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think that is very important. So she is apologizing for being white and getting attention from the work and the spotlight that she have created for herself. You should not ever, whether you're black or white, whatever your skin color is, participating in the sport, you should never apologize for being great, okay? And being marketed effectively and being successful at what you do. You cannot force companies and brands, because it's a business first, to invest in players because you feel like they should invest in them. At the end of the day, you get what you earn, not what you feel you deserve. When it comes to sports and basketball, it's an eat what you kill environment. It's competitive. It's entertainment, right? So stop protesting, advocating, and apologizing where you have positioned yourself in life, Caitlin Clark. You worked for this. Basketball is a sport in regards of may the best person win. And if you're marketable, you get endorsements. The way to kill this thing of this race card and race hustler thing, and this is what people love Caitlin Clark for, 60% of her fan base, which now tuned out of supporting Caitlin Clark, and this basically have been the PR of a nightmare in regards of her interviews negatively, because individuals stood for her being neutral and just focus on the sole purpose of the game and entertainment, because basketball is may the best person win, and that's why so many people resonated with her. But since she done this interview, a lot of people have tuned out, tapped out, and thought she would be the hope in regards of the traditional norms when it comes to sports and basketball. Right? In this case, basketball. So the way Caitlin Clark was killing this whole race thing is not acknowledging it, because the more you acknowledge it, you add fuel to the fire, and it takes away from the whole purpose of focus on the game, and that's why the WNBA hasn't been recognized for so many years. Now that brings me up to my point. You have owners like this WNBA owner, Sheila Jackson, who is also a co-founder of the BET. BET is the Black Entertainment Network, and you have hardened race baiter. You have a race hustler owner who basically invalidates Caitlin Clark getting awarded Athlete of the Year and basically just doesn't even want to acknowledge it. And in this mindset, and you bringing this business acronym to the place of business when it comes to entertainment, in this case, basketball, then you wonder why they're still having a lifeline of the NBA funding this league in the first place, because they cannot be profitable on their own, and there's no return on investment for investors like owners at the NBA, like a Herb Simon, who owns the Indiana Pacers in the NBA's men's basketball league and also owns the Indiana Fever. But they have been putting all this money into believing in this whole women's league, and this women's league still hasn't got these investors return on money and paying them back for all the money that they put in the forefront to make this league be what it is and create it to be, when which the women advocated for. But the women, this league is full of drama queens, so it takes away from the sport. And I don't know, a lot of people are saying Caitlin Clark just was doing this because she got tired of getting her back kicked in from her colleagues and black players and just the players overall in the league. Well, at the end of the day, and I said this in my last video, once you fell into this woke mob thing, it was never going to be enough. They're going to continue to move the goalposts. So if she thought this was going to save herself or give her some comfortability where they accept her and respect her, if anything, it adds fuel to the fire to disrespect her more. And that's why it leads up to now what we're talking about, family. WNBA Washington Mystics owner Sheila Jackson disrespecting Caitlin Clark. And the article goes on to say the WNBA owner facing backlash for Caitlin Clark comments after she was named Athlete of the Year. Earlier this week, Caitlin Clark was named Times Magazine Athlete of the Year, following her record-setting rookie season in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever star earned Rookie of the Year honors and was named to the All-WNBA First Team, something that has been done since 2008. Just a few months earlier, she set the NCAA all-time scoring record during her tremendous career at Iowa, where she led to the Hawkeyes. She led to the Hawkeyes back-to-back national title games. Her first season in the WNBA saw an unprecedented rise in viewership, which increased 48% year over year, according to a report from CNN. Times Magazine to name Clark Athlete of the Year rubbed one WNBA owner the wrong way, despite all that she's achieved in the sport over the past few years. This year, quote unquote, this is what the Washington Mystics owner said. This year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of players that came in. It's not just Caitlin Clark. It's Angel Reese as well. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized, and I don't think we can just pin it on one player. Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Jackson. Sheila Johnson. Sorry, it's not Jackson. It's Johnson. Let me put some respect on this lady name, even though she's not respecting the person that's actually the lifeline of the league that she's co-owner of. Let me change her name in the banner. Okay. Johnson also implied that Clark's race may have played a role in attracting new audience to the WNBA, sparking backlash from fans. So now, family, I want you to hear what Sheila Johnson had to say.
It has taken the WNBA almost 28 years to get to the point where we are now. And this year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in. It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized. And I don't think we can just pin it on one player.
There has been, this phrase has been couched, hasn't it? The Caitlin Clark effect. Why do you think that has been the case?
Well, I want to be very diplomatic about this. It's just the structure of the way media plays out race. I'm going to be very honest. I
You see how she doesn't take accountability the way the media plays out race. Like I said, 60% of people, once Caitlin Clark went with that whole white privilege narrative, she done tuned out 60% of her fan base that's not going for that. Once she spewed out that nonsense, because 60% of her fan base believe that white privilege do not exist. There's no such thing. I personally believe white privilege do not exist. We're freer than ever. You earn, this is a capitalistic society. You earn what you position yourself to earn. You work hard for what you earn and you position yourself, and you have the freedom more than ever to do what you want to do when you want to do it and how you want to do it. But your decisions ultimately decide where you will place yourself in life. And Caitlin Clark has did phenomenal in regards to positioning herself, earning her keep, and earning her position and why she got the spotlight in the first place. Right? And I understand that haters come with success. When you ain't popping, nobody talking about you. So I understand what comes with that. But at the end of the day, do not succumb to the people that's talking about you and fall into the narrative in which they're trying to say that, oh, you basically you basically got where you got because you're white. No, you worked for it. Do not let people discredit your work because at the end of the day, they don't want to work hard as you. This country is divisive and divided more than ever. That's why you have Donald Trump trying to restoring unity and trying to restore unity and restore trust with the American people and the government and being more transparent than ever. Not to get into my politics rant, but the point I'm trying to make here, family, is why can't it just be we the women come together in unity to make this league better than ever? Why can't it just be, you know what? Let's just all work hard and change the trajectory of this WNBA because we have been on the lifeline of being funded by the men's basketball league, the NBA, for over 25 years and still to this day. And we're on the brink of getting of a WNBA lockout by the end of 2025 season. So we should work hard to bring our fan base, to create our fan base, to just focus on whoever the best wins. May the best person win. Let's entertain the people. Let's be marketable. Let's sell tickets. Let's get away from this drama queen standpoint and let's stand up for women the same way. Let's stand up as women the same way we advocated for this league as women, and we got this league. Now let's cherish this thing and really work this thing and come together with Caitlin Clark as women, women power, because we know women make up half of the country. Women can actually show up, and this feminine movement can actually show up. And you say, you know what? We can be a return on investment for the investors that invested in this thing and believed in us. And we can also focus on the ultimate thing of entertaining and selling out tickets. Woman power. Why can't we just do that? Why we got to turn to divisive and victim Olympics and shaming the person that actually gave hope in regards of changing this league and making it be what it is today in regards of why people even talking about this league in the first place. She's your golden goose, right? At the end of the day, she brought visibility to all you guys, even for us to even be talking about a Sheila Johnson. Let's continue.
feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition that they should have. And I think right now, it is time for that to happen. So last night, we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said, the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have? Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. And so now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA, and I don't want to hear that. We have got to operate and become stronger as a league and respect everybody that's playing and their talents.
You mentioned Time magazine.
Yes.
And Caitlin Clark has made a point of using that moment to say we need to celebrate the black players in the WNBA and what they have done, and credits them for being so much the foundation of the success of the league. How important is that? If it shouldn't have to be the case.
Yeah, she shouldn't have had to say that, but I applaud her for saying it. We can.
She shouldn't have to say it, but she applaud her for saying it. But she doesn't like that they're talking about race amongst the league. But you're the same person as a co-owner of the Washington Mystics, the one that's spewing this narrative and adding fuel to the narrative and talking about race in the league. What sense does that make? This is how I look at it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Treat all the other players the same way if you want to treat Caitlin Clark. Because at the end of the day, let's be hypothetical, even though I believe race is not about a black or white thing. But if it's so many women, black women that build the back of, well, the WNBA was built on the backs of all these black women, and y'all have so much power to bully her and put your energy into shaming a person that's been so valuable to this league, y'all should be appreciating and thanking her. But even if I was Caitlin Clark and they thanked me after they kicked my back in, I would say no thanks. But the point I'm making is, if y'all so powerful in regards of how y'all can bully someone to succumb to y'all narrative with this woke mob, then at the end of the day, let's say it's black privilege then, from the way you could just bully her and now she's flip-flopping and she's pandering by saying her truth, right? I mean, but no, they don't want to talk about that. Oh no, there's no such thing as black privilege. She's part of our league and we love her. Yeah, they'll change the goalpost, right? But since she earned her spot and she earned her keep, and y'all mad, at the end of the day, look, some people is good at sports and some people is good at podcasting or good at radio. Everybody you could be good a basketball player, but you're not great. To the point where you're marketable. And what I mean marketable is you didn't earn to be a marketing tool in regards of how phenomenal player you are. Work on your craft. And they want to talk about it. Angel Reese, how are we going to talk about Angel Reese when she's so busy focused on being a content creator? And since her injury, she been out wandering around, talking about how she been sexualized, but carrying herself in an unmodest way in regards of how she dressed and showing her skin. Man, I digress. But anyway, family, let me know you guys' thoughts of all this nonsense, non-cynical bull crap. And I hope you guys got some value from this video. Let the love supersede the hate. Spread the peace, love, and positivity. Let the truth prevail and let the facts be the facts. And at the end of the day, the truth will be the truth. On that note, family, peace.